Hello and good evening, everyone. Hi on the chat. My name is Shandor. I'm from Lima Hotel Simulations, and today we are going to look at our upcoming HEMSOB packages for Hungary. Welcome aboard, everyone. But before we jump into the simulator, I need to explain a little bit about the Hungarian air ambulances. So let me share my screen. So this is the website of the Hungarian Air Ambulance non-profit organization. Hi, Chris. You are also in the chat. And what is interesting here, I know it's in Hungarian, so sorry for that. I don't know if I can change it to English, but let's see the rest. So in Hungary, we have 7 operational bases for the air ambulances, and this is not the official name. Actually, the official name is HEMSOB. This is the Helicopter Emergency Medical Services Operational Base. As I said, there are 7, and as you can see, there are 1 in Debrecen. And in Debrecen, actually, this is the base is itself in the Debrecen airport, and the ones who know our sceneries, they also know that this base is there and it's digitally modeled. But later I will tell you about a little bit more. Today, this HAMS package, what we are going to release in the next few days, will include 3 bases, and the 3 bases is going to be Budaörs, very close to Budapest. Then Balatonfüred, this is on the north side of the biggest lake of Hungary, called Balaton, in a beautiful scenery. And the third one is Marcali, which is on the south side of the Balaton. And we will start with Marcali. So let's jump back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Actually, first of all, initially we thought that we will show you the 2020, but as you remember, this Wednesday there was an SU3 update for the MS 2024, and they solved a lot of issues that was affecting our sceneries as well. And also they have released a beautiful helicopter which we will fly around a little bit today. And before we jump in here, this is the Marcali base. Let me go back a little bit to the main menu. If you have any questions, then don't hesitate to ask in the chat. I will try to answer every questions. So officially the bases do not have official ICAO codes, but still they use internally some codes for the bases. So for example, for Budaörs, for the main base, they use the Lima Hotel 10. You see, this is Budaörs HEMSOB. Then for Balatonfüred, it's easy, Lima Hotel 20. And now for Lima Hotel 30 is Marcali. Each base are going to have 2 starting point. One is the helipad, and the other one is a parking. And I zoom in here. The helipad is always the concrete helipad outside of the hangar, and the other one is the parking 0, is always the dolly, or inside the hangar on the dolly you start the helicopter. Why we solved it like this? There is a reason in 2020 and also in 2024 that when you start on the helipad, it will be a hot start, so your engines are going to run. and that would look a little bit silly if we would use a helipad inside the hangar, because that would mean that your engines are turned on and they are running, and that looks a little bit silly. So today we are going to start with parking 0. And it's, of course, it's night time already. It's 8 o'clock in the evening in Hungary. But let me change the day. So we are next to our helicopter, and this is a beautiful brand new EC-135. It's not exactly the same one as they fly it in Hungary, because they have a little bit uh, newer version today. But I think this is the closest one that we can have today, and we had really a huge luck this week that Microsoft released it on Wednesday. So that was really a huge luck from our side. I would say that we knew about that, but we did not. Unfortunately, we did not. It was also a surprise for us, but it was a really nice surprise. As you can see, we are inside the hangar, and the helicopter is standing on a dolly, um, and actually they use this dolly. As you can see, there are rails which leads outside of the hangar. They use this dolly to push out the helicopter outside. But before we do that, let's look around a little bit. Marcali is a smaller base, so it's not so much to see at the moment. But we have modeled really a lot of details in every basis. Um, which is really related to the emergency medical services or the helicopter operation. So, for example, this red box um, is a GPU for the helicopter. Then we have some shelves, some ladders, and things like that. And for example, this one is the cupboard to taking the fuel samples from the aircraft, and they store it for a certain time, as far as I know. And here on the other side, we see a fridge. Actually, it's not for your Coca-Cola, but it's for blood, because of course they are delivering blood also on the aircraft. And these are the oxygen tanks, but this related, of course, for the emergency medical service. And there are some other rooms here, but we cannot go in. It's not modeled. We did not model everything. Just here, this one. If we come here, there is a garage with one of their car. And let's go back to the office area. And you may ask that we go through the doors. Yes, actually we go through them. Normally they should open when you come close, but since a few updates it does not work because Microsoft changed something and they promised to fix it, but there is no fix yet. Actually, the walking person, or how do you call it, the pilot person is not considered as an object, and therefore they are not opening. But for example, when we will come closer with the helicopter itself, then they will open. So let's go here into the office area. This is more or less a fictional thing, so it does not look like exactly as the office area of Marcali, but it's quite close. As you can see, there is an operator who has some access to some computers, some communications, some maps. There is a kitchen, there is a vending machines, and also some chairs. and even you can look a little bit outside of the window, but we will go outside anyway. So let's go there. We are like ghosts. We are going through the walls and the doors. Sorry for that. So this is the outside area. As you can see, there is a huge helipad, concrete helipad. There is a tank station uh, where they can fuel up their aircraft. It looks almost exactly the same as in the real world, because uh, we could work together with the Air Ambulance Hungary non-profit, and they were really kind enough to let us in and to take some pictures about the bases, and that was a really uh, nice of them, and that really helped us to create an almost exact replica of the real world buildings. You see some cars, some chargers, of course, because nowadays uh, electronic chargers are always in need. Mm, Greta Thunberg is there. She approves it, and yeah, and then this is the maintenance car, which travels around the different bases when they need to maintain something on the helicopter, but more on the maintenance when we go to Budaörs, to the main base. And here is also a gate which should open. So if you are coming by car, this gate is going to open for you. And let's go up a little bit to have a bird view. The base itself is it's quite small. It's a very small land, but we also modeled these silos because they are quite big, and for navigation points they can be used for navigation points. And as you can see, they are quite close to the base. So when you are flying from this is, I think this is the west side. Yes, that's the west side. You are coming from the west, then you should be careful with that. Also, there is a huge solar uh, farm here next to the base, which is quite unique. Not only the solar panels are modeled, but I'm sorry, but also here the transformator houses, some boxes, and even the camera systems that they are observing the uh, the solar farm. Okay, so what else to show around? There is this animated billboard. The one who has seen the Debrecen scenery that we have, it's exactly the same. We just change one of the picture. So this is the base, Marcali base, the first one, and we should actually fly to the next one because it's very close. So we should fly to Balatonfüred. But before we can do that, we need to, of course, push out the helicopter because we cannot take off from here. And this is a brand new plane. I have maybe 2 hours in this, so do not expect a huge piloting skills from my side. So these are the covers. Let's erase, take them off. Let's jump in. Okay, and you may ask, okay, how we are going to open the gate and push out the aircraft. And this is where I would like to show you. Let me readjust my tracker. So to do so, you need your battery. We need to wait until this Garmin is coming alive. In the meanwhile, maybe I'm going to use... sorry, we need avionics and the inverters. And let's anti-collision and navigation lights and strobe lights. Yeah, this is what we want. Okay. So to open the gate and to push the dolly out, you need to tune in 128.15. Change the switch, then we choose the camera, and as you can see, the gate is going to be opened. And also, the handle of the dolly is opens. And also these fixing points will be released. And we are going to push out very slowly the aircraft. That's a thing that is actually not supported in MSFS. So it's non-documented programming and a lot of experiments. And why I say that is I say that because sometimes it will not work as it advertised. Uh, so be patient with this. But we tested it a lot, and it seems that on these bases they are quite okay. And as you can see, the doors have opened because the doors are reacting to the helicopter. So you see that they can be opened. So the dolly is actually a ground vehicle. So MSFS thinks that this dolly is a ground vehicle, and this is also a kind of limitation because sometimes it does not do what it should do, but in the 95% it's working fine. We adjusted the speed on a low speed. Because if we would put a little bit more speed, then simply the aircraft would fall down. The trick is that when you start to push your helicopter out, do not leave MSFS. Oops, you see? Ooh, that wasn't nice. And you see that the doors are closing now because we got more far away from the doors, and now they are closing. Nice. So as I said, when the dolly is moving, do not change. For example, do not go to, I don't know, to another application with the Alt tab, because what I realized yesterday that your helicopter is going to stay on the ground and the dolly will continue its route to the back. And in the meanwhile, let's be cool and start our engines. Wait. So first we need this one and this one, and avionics is okay, and yeah, I think this should be it. Starter is running. And this is, let's say, in Hungary the VFR um, identification code is always 7000. Is the sound okay? Do you hear the sound, and is my voice okay? If you could tell me on the chat, that would be really helpful. Okay, I think the first engine has started. Let's start the second one. Nice, thanks Chris. Chris is from Grand Pounder Sim. He is doing excellent campaigns for DCS, and maybe once he will do a good campaign also for FS 2024 as well. Okay, so we are on idle now. Prime pump off. And let's set up our GPS. Not that we really need this, but just to show you. So we are at Lima Hotel 30, and we are flying now to Lima Hotel 20. You see here. Let's activate. Okay, let's fly a little bit around. And I'm not a huge helicopter pilot at all, so if you're laughing, don't do that too loud. So usually when they take off, usually they reverse to the back. They get to a certain altitude, and after that they are going to push over and to start the forward flight. And let's climb a little bit. But I see that this aircraft is really likes the right turns. The left turns are you have to really force it to make a left turn. I don't know if that really hard, if in real life if that's really hard like that, but now with this MSFS 2024 it's really like that. So therefore I'm going to do the right turn. So as you can see, the base in the center, the silos over there. And actually, if we want to fly to Balatonfüred, then we have to fly northeast heading. Yeah, like this. Or increase our speed. Alright. So as I said in the video earlier, we really had the chance and also the luck to work together with the air ambulance team of Hungary. They were really kind enough to allow us take some photographs and also to talk to them. There are a few medics and also pilots who are flying with the Microsoft Flight Simulator. So there are especially one Mati who was really excited to have the scenery in MSFS 2024. So hopefully they will like the result. I already showed them the Budaörs base few months ago, and they said it's really nice. But at that stage it was not really complete. But yeah, I think I was really proud to show them. And as I said, we are going to have 3 bases in this pack. The rest of the bases we do not know yet whether we will include them, but we will see how you will like these first 3, and after that we will decide, okay, if we go on with the other bases as well. This pack is going to come for 2020 and also for 2024, most probably for 2024 first, but that's just simply because of Microsoft different ingestion procedure in the marketplace, and most probably the 2024 will be a little bit earlier than the 2020. And we had already one stream today in Hungarian, and of course we discovered some bugs in the package, so we are going to correct those ones first, and then we will send off to Microsoft, I think on Monday or Tuesday, so in a few days. And usually it takes for Microsoft one and a half day to release it on the marketplace. So we are coming closer to Lake Balaton. Lake Balaton is the biggest lake actually in Central Europe. It's very famous around the countries. A lot of tourists are coming every summer here. I also live approximately an hour drive from Lake Balaton, and yeah, we come here quite a lot of times. The food is very good. Water is also good. It's really interesting that the north and the south side of the Balaton is almost completely different. The south side is very shallow water, so you can walk inside really a lot, and the water is not deep. But on the north side, it's completely different. It's very deep very early. To be honest, I prefer the north side. There are some hills, as you can see over there, and also it's a wine region, wine producing region. So that's also one of the coasts that I prefer the north side. On the south side there is a motorway just over there. That's the M7 motorway that goes really until the Croatian border, and also goes to Budapest. So during summertime it's really busy. And the base where we are heading now, Balatonfüred, of course, is very busy with missions flying to the different part of the Balaton. Between MSFS 2020 and 2024, actually there is no difference. I mean from the Skinner point of view. So the bases are going to be the same, the functions are going to be the same. Of course, the 2024 graphical engine is different. It's a little bit more modern, so it's the resolution is usually higher. But I think the 2020 is also looks really nice. If you are going to our website and you look at the screenshots, what we took for this package is they were actually taken in 2020, not in 2024. Because first we did this package for 2020, so we designed or we developed the whole package in 2020 first, and when we were finished in 2020 or almost finished, then we moved to 2024 because it was easier to convert to the newer sim, because other way around it wouldn't be possible actually. The main requirement in 2020 is, or in 2024, is the LOD, the level of details. Some of you may know that a lot of games and simulators are using level of details. They are actually alternative objects for the same object, just with less details. And in 2024 they have implemented a quite strict system to require that every object has LODs. And we always did, so in our sceneries we always did the LODs, but not so detailed as for 2024. But here in this package we started already from zero, that we will create for every object at least 3 LOD, and for the more complex objects we even created, some of them has even 7 LODs. Every LOD is a more simple representation of the original object, and this is for the GPU performance, to increase the GPU performance. So there shouldn't be any problem. For example, if you are playing on Xbox or on lower end computers, they should be fine, because you know, in some of the airports you see that some of the objects are disappearing if you go a little bit more far away, and this is actually because of the 2024 strict LOD restrictions. If the model does not have an LOD, then it simply disappears. And here, in this case, everything, even the last bin, has LOD, so it should not have that problem. And here we are coming to Tihany. Tihany is actually a peninsula on the east side of the Lake Balaton. It's really a beautiful part of Hungary. There is a Tihany Abbey there, very famous one. A lot of people are visiting it. Uh-huh. If you have any question in the chat, just shoot, and I will try to answer them. Oops, sorry. In 2024, you see that the simulator is generating a lot of yachts and motorboats on the lake. Actually, it's not true, because in Balaton you are not allowed to use those. you will see much more. So in Balaton you have only sailing boats. Of course, this is due to the environment protection of the Lake Balaton, and this rule is implemented, I don't know, really a long time ago. It was like this in my childhood as well. There are only a very few exceptions, like the police can use motorboats. And here we are coming to the shortest part of the Balaton. On the left side is Tihany, on the right side is Santod, and between the two there is a ferry that you can take your car across the Balaton with this ferry. And we are very close to the base. I just made a little bit of offset because I wanted to show you the peninsula. It really looks nice. So I think it's very easy to find the base. You just have to find the peninsula. And first, of course, the Lake Balaton. And actually the base is over there. I switched on only the auto rudder assistance because without it I wasn't able to maneuver. I should have invested a little bit more time, but it was not possible at the moment. Let's fly it around a little bit. So here is the base with the reddish roof. And as you can see, the scenery is really nice. So if I would have to say a favorite one, then this would be my favorite basis out of the three. Okay, let's slow it down and let's land. As I said, I have maybe 2 hours in this aircraft. I'm a little bit high, and let's make another round. Okay. There is no wind, but it doesn't matter. It's a very difficult landing for me at least. And the dolly is already outside. Let's slow it down a little bit. We need the Benny Hill music. Ah, it wasn't so bad. But we are listing into one side, so maybe there is some problem, but let's switch on off the engine and look at Balatonfüred. Oh. Oh. Okay. I thought the landing was not so hard, but yeah, I was a little bit, I think, further to the back. I should have moved a little bit more forward, but it's really difficult to judge. But it's, yeah, still acceptable, I think. I hope. So this is the Balatonfüred. You see that it looks a little bit different than Marcali and also than Budaörs. It's an older building. It's a very tricky building because it has two floors. On this side, on the west side, it's higher the ground because they build this building into a hill, and this was extremely difficult to do in MSFS. There are some certain limitations. But somehow we managed it. And let's see the inside. And I need to talk about these things. As you can see that the door is below the ground. That's also kind of MSFS limitation. So when you are not starting your flight from the base and you fly to another base, then sometimes the ground mesh is loading later than the object itself, and therefore the object sinks into the ground. We try to solve this, but there is a bug currently in MSFS 2024 because we cannot set up an altitude that is not AGL, that is not above ground level but sea level, and therefore sometimes we have these kind of glitches. Important to mention that the frequency that I was telling you, this 128.15, will control the dolly and will control the gate. The dolly will go outside, but it will not go inside. So that's an important thing to take. Yeah, the interior is, as I said, it's an older building. You see that the glass windows, the glass block windows, they are really nice. There is a screenshot on our website where the sunshine, the sun rays are coming inside, and they paint a really nice light on the floor. It really looks nice. But there are some objects that are familiar from the another base. And let me show you the whole base during the night. because of course I forgot to do this in Marcali. But as you can see, all the lights are modeled, so you can even land. Normally in real life, they are flying only between during daylight, so they are not flying during nighttime. There are some exceptions, of course, but normally they do not. And let's jump to the main base. As I told you, the main base is Lima Hotel 10. Yeah, let's start on the helipad. So this is Budaörs. Ready to fly. E. Okay. So let's open the gate again. 1, 2, 8, 1, 5. And the gate is opening. Yep. So Budaörs is the main base. This is the headquarters for the Air Ambulance Hungary. And here you can see this is the only base where you have two hangars. One of them is used for the air ambulance, another one is actually the maintenance. Hungary has 8 air ambulance helicopters and 7 bases, because there is always one helicopter that um, is under maintenance. This gate here on the left side is not opening to the frequency change, but for the timing. Let me change the time. It's open between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. So if I change the time for 6 o'clock, then it will close. If I move back, then it will open. Ah yeah, and as you can see, this gate is opened, and now the dolly is coming outside. In Budaörs they have a different dolly. It's a different type. It's actually in MSFS technically it's a ground vehicle which is moving from one waypoint to another. And the size of the dolly is exactly the same as it in real life. So if you try to land on it and you would say that this dolly is too small, then yeah, you need to polish your helicopter skills, because in real life they land on this, and if you see the rear rings and the worn-outs of the surface, that they really landed very accurately on this dolly. So let's see the base from its side. Budaörs is the biggest, and therefore we have the most objects here, but some of them are already familiar to you from the previous bases. We have some ROAs, oxygen tanks, the GPU, fire extinguisher, paper towers, and cabinets and lockers and some other rooms, some fridges and helmets, and we can go inside the office, where you see exactly the same model for the computers, and the vending machines and everything. Let's go outside. Fuel car. Maintenance car, the same one. And here at the back, we have a huge radio tower, exactly as in real life. Parking, a small memorial. They have lost a crew in 2017, so we also thought that we need to model this memorial in, of course, to remember to the crew in the digital world as well. We have a billboard, the bus station, and the base from high above. It's actually one of the busiest roads, so it lies one of the busiest road in Hungary. This is the M1 M7 road, or actually this is the M1, and later on it will join with M7 together, and this road leads you into to Budapest. So let's see that during the night. During the night, Budaörs is only the one base where we have some lamps built into the floor. The other bases, they have only lamps outside of the perimeter. They are also modeled in these lamps as well. So hopefully in one or 2 weeks this will be out, and you can take your favorite helicopter to the sky and to fly some interesting EMS missions. I hoped you really like this stream. We wanted to show you as soon as possible, and first or last but not least, I really would like to thank to all the employees of Air Ambulance Hungary to that they let us cooperate with them, and they allowed us that we could really make this package as realistic as possible. Without them it wouldn't be really possible. So really thanks for watching, and see you at the next one. Thank you guys.